What's up, MPX addicts? This is Jay Williams, your hashtag certified mark, here with my co-host,
the voice of the MPX addicts, Kyle Smith.
I don't know about that part, man.
No. Kirby misspoke. We had the original voice of MPX show up at the end, not the addicts. Then, now, and forever, I am the voice of the MPX addicts.
Well, if you say so. But tonight was an emotional night from start to finish, ladies and gentlemen, here at Metroplex Wrestling's Most Wanted. And it's hard to describe. Hardaway and the Lost Boys were running amok throughout the entire promotion, through the entire night. The Impact players are on the hunt, wanting a piece of them, and Isaac Mazer seems ready and wanting for that to happen.
But see, that's the problem here in MPX. Isaac doesn't call the shots. The Lost Boys do not call the shots. Hardaway does not call the shots. And I love the Impact players. They don't call the shots either. Head of creative Jamie Oller is the one who calls the shots here in MPX.
Well,
he decides when that feud will happen, if it will happen, when that match happens. He is the boss. He is head of creative for a reason.
Well, honestly, I think we should go ahead and get an opinion on that one. What do you think?
Oh, yeah. Hashtag WWJD, in Oller we trust.
Yep. Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to introduce our guest at this time, head of creative, Mr. Jamie Oller.
How you doing, sir?
This is normally the part where I'd make the joke about I practically host the show, but it's been one of those weeks.
It really has. How are you doing after that injury last week, sir?
Yeah, so it's funny, like a lot of people were commenting that it was a shoulder injury, and we can go with that. It certainly wasn't the case. I had some issues I'm dealing with internally. We'll see what happens. I got some doctor's appointments with some specialists. That sounds very vague and very wrestling-like, but it's a very real situation that I'm dealing with, and that certainly didn't help. And the stress level of this head of creative nonsense is not helping either. So,
completely understand. So, what do you think about basically what's been happening out there? Isaac Mazer essentially calling out your guys.
Well, I'm gonna back up, and I'm gonna take a few minutes to tell a story, right? Because Isaac kind of hinted at it, but didn't really go into full detail. So here's the deal. I have had a bond with Isaac Mazer and Hardaway for 15 years. It's not hyperbole. Literally since 2004, there has been a connection between the three of us. And along the way, we've done some really cool stuff. I was the original handler for Hardaway long ago, before the Trust Fund, before MPX, Devastation Incorporated, which was the homage to the great Skandor Akbar, who brought us together. And so there's a lot of history there. And you know, the reality is, a few weeks ago when I stuck my hand out and I asked Isaac to bring back the demon, I asked him to bring him back to take out the trash. Right, because he got a loudmouth like JJ Blake, got all of his buddies. I saw what was happening, right? I'm actually smarter than some people give me credit for. I saw what was happening with that whole little Houston crew, and, you know, call it New Texas Pro, call it whatever you want, right? But I can smell an invasion when I see one, and I wanted to put an end to that. And you know what was really, really satisfying is at the end of last week, that's what happened. We took the trash out, right? JJ Blake's not here this week. Fly Def's not here. Kiefer Bartek's on his own. You see how well that worked out for him.
Yeah. Ryan shot the sheriff.
There you go. So I guess my mistake was listening to my heart and taking for granted our friendship and the bond that we've had. And I thought everything was crystal clear, but what I failed to realize was the words that Isaac Mazer spoke when Hardaway surrendered that title. You know, God help the man who claims to be the MPX champion when Hardaway returns. And, you know, that's the thing. If you had just asked, if you had just said, hey, Hardaway would like his title back. If you had just said, hey, man to man, can Hardaway get a shot at regaining his title? I would have said absolutely. Because what bigger main event for Purple Rain can you picture than Hardaway trying to win back the MPX title from Ryan Remington? The Demon of Devastation versus the match of the night. What bigger way to close out the anniversary show? But that's not what happened, is it? No, you had to go and you had to pick a fight and you had to attack us. Yeah, you didn't just attack the Impact players, you attacked us. And I heard that you forgive me. That is mighty big of you, Isaac. I am so glad you forgive me for me putting my hands on you. So I tell you what, I stand by my decision, okay? Yeah. Shit got real, didn't it?
Yeah.
Didn't it? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I don't have cross words with my best friends. Mm-mm. Myself and the Impact players, we've never had dissension except for that one time with Dave, but we don't talk about that anymore. It was like the dream sequence in Dallas.
Exactly.
It didn't happen. It's fine.
It never happened.
We moved past that. Just like we're moving past this. Because you don't give in to terroristic threats. You don't give in when somebody says, hey, I want what you have. Well, guess what, pal? You want to be the demon of devastation? You want to be the Lost Boys? You want to be this merry band of Isaac Mazur's cabal of evil, whatever you want to call it. That's fine. You're going to keep waiting. And you're going to keep waiting. And you're going to keep waiting. Because I said it tonight, and I'll say it right here again. It's not about wins and losses when it comes to going to war with Isaac Mazur's cabal. It's about surviving. And I am not going to sit here and be the man responsible for making all of that happen, for playing right into your hand. Because I did it once last week, and I'll be damned if I'm going to do it again. It's not going to happen. So you can keep wishing, you can keep hoping. But the fact is, I always have a plan. And looking at the watch, Isaac, it's almost time.
I told you, and Oller we trust. Oller's always got a plan.
He's got a plan, it seems, and I personally can't wait to see how it plans out.
No, and then Oller's exactly right. You don't give them the terrorist threats. You can't let the inmates run the asylum. That's why I have said time and time again, Oller is the best head of creative we've had.
Yeah, well, for how much longer, though?
So that is a very true statement, and we'll see, I guess, because doesn't look good.
It's Saturday night. I pray for the wicked on the weekend. Mama, can I get another amen? Oh, it's Saturday night. Swear to God, I ain't never gonna repent. Mama, can I get another amen? Oh, it's Saturday night.
The first match of the night was Dmitry Alexandrov returning finally after being kidnapped by the Pack.
Re-educated Dmitry Alexandrov.
And he came out wearing
bones?
Yeah, the bones
skull?
of something.
I don't know what animal that was.
Was it
It was a
bear?
skull or something. It had a pretty long snout for a bear.
Yeah, true. But either way, he was taking on Max Heights, who he's always a treat to have here.
Oh, yes.
But
Max Height is a great athlete, someone that the Addict, it's a name the Addict should know.
Mm-hmm.
Shame on you if you didn't.
Oh, yeah.
And Dmitry came in and, well, he's re-educated, and it seems like the Pack, they re-educate him with something fierce.
He has become a lot more brutal now, and it's just, he was already brutal to begin with. He's the bear fighter. And now, I don't know what's going through his head, if anything.
He was the mean Russian bear fighter, and now he's just a mean communist Russian. I mean, That's exactly what he was. He went out there and he just took apart Max Height, had no feelings whatsoever about who was in front of him. I mean, and it's properly re-educated. Fight the Bears was gone.
Yeah.
It's just fight now.
Yeah, it looked like. He didn't want to stop fighting. I mean, he won the match handily.
To be fair, though, he had the Penguin's help. Granted, he probably didn't need the Penguin's help.
Hopper was out there with him and
we
just
don't use his name. It's the Penguin.
The Penguin. Yeah, but I like that character. Never mind. Either way, he was out there and he caused enough of a distraction that Max Heights was unfortunately just not able to beat the numbers game. And like I said, Dmitry wasn't done fighting afterward, and neither was Hopper himself, as they attacked Max Heights right after the match.
Yeah.
To the point that, well, Tyler Jett had to get involved.
I mean, Dimitri's former partner trying to reason with him, trying to knock some sense in him, trying to tell him, hey, this isn't you. They've brainwashed you. Something's wrong. This isn't you.
Yeah.
And Dmitry didn't take kindly to that.
No,
he didn't. He saw the skull. He picked it up, kind of hugged it and just walked away.
I don't know.
Left Tyler in the ring, just wondering, what do I got to do?
I just really wonder. It's like, what is Tyler going to do?
Who knows what Tyler Jett's going to do? But also, let's point out this fact that it was the Penguin and Dmitry all by themselves. The rest of the pack was not here.
Yeah.
They have Dmitry doing their work single-handed. What used to take 4 men, now pretty much is done by 1.
Yeah.
That's scary. That group was already terrifying.
Absolutely.
With the re-educated Dmitry,
honestly,
they could run roughshod here.
It looks like the Bear Fighter has become the Bear. We got to see the MPX Prospect Champion, Franky Fisher, make his first defense tonight against a returning T-Ray.
Yes, and I mean, as your, as our producer, director, whatever your official title is for her, pointed out, T-Ray gets a title shot?
Well, the Prospect Championship is supposed to be for anyone to make their name. And honestly, the Prospect Championship, of all the championships, I believe somebody should just get a shot.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's true. I mean,
admittedly, sometimes you get like 3, 4, 5 shots in a row or something like that. But, it works out in the end.
Is that a stab at Dave Sagan?
I don't know what you're talking about. Either way, the match was pretty amazing. And T-Ray was in just prime form, and so was Frank.
They both were, and it's great to see T-Ray back. It's someone who we always love seeing here. We always want to see more of him. In that match itself, I mean, you had the power, and to be quite honest, I don't think that people give T-Ray enough credit for his athleticism.
Absolutely.
I mean, it was a great match. I mean, it looked like at times T-Ray had it. It looks like he kind of caught Franky off guard, but then he took that nasty, nasty fall.
Oh, geez. Franky wanted to kill him. I'm absolutely convinced of it.
Kill them all.
Killed them all, and it looked like he was about ready to start with T-Ray. And unfortunately, then T-Ray did catch the short end of that stick.
He did, and I mean, also it was, he had that fall. He took the flipping pile driver. Franky did everything he could. And yeah, kill them all. And he started with his first title defense. Yep. Can he get through 3 more?
I don't know. I mean, he started a fight later on that just really was hard to see where that's going to go, too. But we'll talk about that at the end. And then we got to see what, honestly, I think should have been the end of Menage a Trois, but it just didn't end up that way.
All night long. All night.
No.
That's how Menage a Trois goes. All night long.
No. Either way, Menage a Trois took on the Impact players, the Tommy Becker, and Dave Sagan.
Hail Sagan.
And, like you said, love the Becker.
Yeah, love the Becker, but I mean, hey, what was this match again?
It was the Impact players versus Menage a Trois.
And what did you say on MPX Radio? That drops every Thursday?
Yeah, I screwed that one up.
Yeah.
You know what? Well, if you didn't catch it, you can catch it on Facebook, MPX Radio Live, in which I completely messed up. And, yeah.
I mean, let's be honest, it's not the first time you always mess up at least one time or another here on Mainline, here in radio. Anyways.
You realize I have those clips I edited out of you too, right? Just saying.
Oh,
either way, the match itself was a bit of a chaotic one, to be perfectly honest.
If Travis could get some control.
I don't think anybody had any control over anything tonight, to be perfectly honest. It was, as clean a match as you can have between the Impact players and Menage a Trois.
Menage a Trois does like it dirty.
Yeah, and they tried their hardest to, just overcome the Impact players, and it wasn't working out until, of course...
Oh, the match you actually wanted and requested and talked about?
Yeah,
that match happened? I mean, first off, before you get to the rude interruption of the Lost Boys, you still broke my heart. I'm mad at y'all. I mean, let's be honest. The variation of the 4K that Dave and Tommy unleashed...
That was incredible.
That's amazing.
Didn't expect to see that one. Now, that should have ended the match, in my opinion.
It did. There was a count of 9. If Travis was paying attention.
Pay attention, Travis. Come on.
I mean, and that just proves why the Impact players are hashtag so good. But like you said, before, that happened, then after that, we get the rude interruption of the Lost Boys. I mean, they have no business out there. What are they doing?
It looks like I said earlier, they are on the hunt for the Impact players, and, well, the Impact players were ready to reciprocate that, but unfortunately, Menage a Trois capitalized on the distraction
let's be honest. They're not on the hunt for the Impact players. Isaac is pulling the strings, doing whatever he can to get Hardakis that title. The Lost Boys have no business out there. They have no reason to be out there. Brian's not out there. The MPX title is not out there. They've already got the tag titles. There is no reason to stick their nose in between Menage a Trois and the Impact players. Maybe they should, grow up and stop listening to Isaac. I mean, the Lost Boys never listened to each other before. What?
Are we not going to talk about the jab that Dave and Tatum did against each other?
Oh, well, you know what? Let's leave Lizzie out of this. I mean, they seem to be doing that a lot lately anyway.
Well, we heard Dave. Everyone's got a shot with her, so.
Yeah, well, either way, Menage a Trois did capitalize and rolled up. Well, actually, not even rolled up.
No.
That was a devastating finisher from Tatum Manning onto Dave Sagan, getting the pin. 1, 2, 3, and Menage a Trois actually won this one. Tatum won it.
Tatum did because, Tatum never felt. This is not the shirt I ordered. I ordered the Tatum never fell shirt. This is wrong. Whoever made this is wrong. Shame on you. Shame.
And proving that the demon is unstoppable, it just kept happening. Tonight we got to see Hardakis once again take on, honestly, he came out and took on Scott Murdock.
And I mean, yeah, you're talking about, the demon devastation's on a warpath and everything, and he can't be stopped. Scott took him to the limit. Murdock's smash almost took. I haven't seen Hardakis take a beating like that in a long time.
I seriously thought Murdock might be able to stop him in his tracks on his only second outing since returning from injury.
I mean, it's great to see Scott Murdock back. He's one of, as we're going to talk about later on, this is a night of MPX Originals, a night of nostalgia. And to have Scott Murdock back, a former member of the Trust Fund, the hired gun for the Trust Fund, to come out and just Murdock smash all over Hardakis. It was great to see. I wish, because, Hardakis is my public enemy number one, he should have finished it.
Honestly, I wish he could have to a degree, because I don't know where Hardakis is going to go next. Hardakis was able to come back from everything Scott tossed at him and just end it with an iron claw, and then just kept going.
I mean, that's okay. He can do that, but let's be honest. When he finally gets that match with Ryan, that's where it's going to end. Ryan is going to put him down and send him straight back to hell. I'm sorry, Baby D. I know you have it next, as we heard earlier. I'm sorry. Yeah, I have confidence in you.
I hope
now,
you're
Ryan, right. I do have confidence in. He's going to put a stop to the Hardakis and the Lost Boys and Isaac, everything that they're running wild.
Honestly,
Hardakis.
Honestly, I kind of share Jamie Oller's concerns that, there was no way to really survive this war between these two, but I don't know, maybe we'll get lucky. Maybe Ryan will be able to overcome the demon. And then finally, after intermission, we have the biggest advertised match of the night, as Steve Payne, the Lion King, came in. Well, okay, you have a point there, but we'll get to that later.
Yeah.
Steve Payne, the Lion King, came and took on none other than Wesley Crane. Welcome back, Wesley.
Exactly, and it was great to see both of these men. It's a return for both. We have seen Stephen Payne here before, and, Wesley Crane's a beloved one of the Addicts. People love him. I mean, even though he is a cannibal, it's a little weird. He's got some weird issues there.
Oh, he's a very likable person.
I think you mean likable.
Do I?
Oh, maybe. I don't know. Anyways, the match itself, first of all, again, because we're going to, just Travis messing up all over the place, did not ask if they were ready. Do you know, Wesley's sitting there ready. No, Steve Payne still has all his garb on, sitting there slowly taking it off. Bell's already rung. Poor Wesley had to sit down. He was tired of waiting.
Well, at least that showed that Wesley has some kind of consideration, and the match, that was a heck of a match between these two.
It was very brutal, very stiff.
Did you know lions could fly?
Did you know cannibals actually won't like the taste of lions?
Yeah,
I mean, he had his finger right there. He could have easily bit it, but no, lion, I guess, doesn't taste good to him. I don't know.
I guess not. But either way, it was an incredible, athletic, high-flying match between these two. And it was a level of savagery that only the Lion King and the Cannibal can really bring to MPX. And honestly, I hope we get to see something like that again soon.
Really do. I love every time Wesley's here because he's got that move. He hits out of nowhere. He really can hit it out of nowhere. As we saw tonight, it looked like Stephen Payne was wrapping things up and Wesley just nailed it out of nowhere. 1, 2, 3, gets the win. I mean, it's great to see Wesley back. I hope he gets back more. I mean, hey, why can't he have a prospect title shot?
Oh, hopefully soon. Hopefully soon. Especially after... And honestly, okay, Chandler, seriously, look it up, look into it. I think I may have found a lead for you. It's just Kiefer Bartek coming out in that, whatever that was.
Oh, no, that's the sheriff. Who's Kiefer? That's the sheriff.
That's the sheriff, Kiefer Bartek, or sheriff. Anyway, I don't know what kind of sheriff he thinks he is, but either way, he took on Ryan Remington, hoping to get a match to get his shot at the MPX championship again.
You got it?
Yeah,
you got the title shot? Okay, yes. We got a rematch of the MPX title for Remington versus the Sheriff, and, well, Ryan shot the Sheriff. He didn't shoot the referee. I mean, some people wanted him to, but he didn't.
No, luckily he didn't. Carl survived that one.
We love you, Carl.
Yeah.
Better than Travis, who doesn't do his job right.
Let's not worry about that one because honestly, the match, it was really a good match between these two. The power, the strength of these two men is undeniable.
Like we were talking about with Scott Murdock and Hardakis, the power and the stiffness in some of the shots there. I mean, Ryan and Sheriff Kiefer are both trying to knock each other with that lariat. And I mean, each one of them is getting stronger and stronger with it. It was hard hitting. I mean, the Sheriff hit a spear and literally carried and hit Ryan so far. I mean, in football, he would have carried him, freaking 30 yards probably.
Probably, but honestly, who do you think had the stronger lariat?
Oh, Ryan. Ryan's got the best lariat. Again, he shot the Sheriff with that shotgun lariat.
True, very true. And honestly, he even overcame, winning the match and just retaining his championship as he should, because he is Mr. Match of the Night.
Our forever MPX champion. Because again, hashtag F Hardakis.
Well, I don't know about that one because Hardakis and the Lost Boys came out to confront Ryan Remington after the match was over. Like I said, they're hunting the Impact players as a whole. Whether it's to eliminate Ryan's support or eliminate Ryan himself, they want the Impact players.
But there were several times that Ryan knocked Hardakis off his feet.
He did.
Philly Dave came out and took it to Silver. The Tommy Becker clearly had Sky running away. I mean, the Impact players dominated that little spat we had tonight. I mean, they even took out the security, which, I mean, there's two of them.
Hard right hand straight to the security guard. Just
the short one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
the dwarf.
Yeah.
It was in
the actual dwarf.
I don't know. I mean, he is short.
Does he have an axe?
I'll have to ask.
Does he like elves?
I don't think so. But either way, it ended in absolute and total chaos with. Honestly, I don't know how this is going to end in the long run.
Oh, how it's going to end is Jamie's going to get control. We heard that earlier. Yeah. Jamie's got a plan, and it's going to get done, and it's going to be followed through, and all will be right with the MPX world once again when the Lost Boys are gone, when Hardakis is gone. It's going to be right again. We already had MPX Clown free. Now we're having MPX Lost Souls free.
Yeah, well, we'll see about that. I mean, this will probably end at Purple Rain. And then the main event, what everybody's been waiting for weeks, as Stephen Kirby finally got his justice against Dexter Hardaway for what Dexter did to the MPX Addicts title.
And I mean, it wasn't even Stephen Kirby that got the justice.
Oh, no.
It was the MPX Originals.
It was a night of MPX Originals. We got to see former champions. We got to see the former voice of the Addicts, according to Kirby.
No! I already explained this in the opening. Kirby got excited. Kirby misspoke. She is the original voice of MPX before Cody. I am forever the voice of
Honestly,
the MPX
if I'm going to
Addicts.
have a voice of the Addicts as a co-host, I'd rather Kate Carroll, because if nothing else, she's cuter.
My contract clearly states I am the voice of the Addicts forever. Where's Legal? Legal will get a hold of this.
We'll get a hold of Legal. I just don't invoke him while we're working, okay? Either way, the match itself, the match was great to watch.
Dexter had nowhere to run. No. And is that really fair, the Dexter?
Does it
Screw
matter?
Dexter.
Either way.
He came into our home. He came into MPX and destroyed our legacy. He tried to tarnish the 3 letters that mean so much to all the addicts.
Yeah.
MPX. And, we saw, Kirby got his justice, but maybe Dexter got it in the end because the jab.
Well, the bottle didn't survive, but Kirby did, and with the help of the MPX originals, he was able to put Dexter down.
Like you said, we had the original MPX champion.
We
had the original #1 contender.
Yep.
We had Stephen Kirby's manager.
Yep.
We had one of the founding fathers of MPX.
Oh, yeah.
And
then
we had the flying jackass himself, Franky Fisher. He helped.
He helped, but let's talk about short-lived celebrations with that one. Well, after they put down Dexter, Kirby and Franky were celebrating, and everybody was happy. The MPX addicts were going insane, chanting MPX, MPX. Kirby and Fisher coming out into the crowd to celebrate with the addicts.
Because if anyone knows the history of these 2 men, they're brothers, they're best friends. At the old building, that's exactly how they tore it down and ended in the final building.
Exactly.
Was Kirby and Fisher together.
But like most brotherhoods, sometimes you've got to fight between the 2, and well, that celebration was cut short as Franky Fisher just completely demolished Kirby out on the concrete, among the chairs, throwing chairs on top of them.
Well, to be fair, though, we did learn why we haven't been getting praised thermostat. We had to sacrifice Dexter. Dexter gets sacrificed, Dexter gets run out, and all of a sudden, we get praised thermostat back. He cooled it down. So thank you, Franky, for that. And well, to be honest, I didn't see what happened, so can I really trust your word for it?
Oh, well, you know what? Check it out on the network later on. Network.mpxwrestling.com. $9.99 a month. Your first week for free. Thanks for watching MPX Addicts. That was Metroplex Wrestling's Most Wanted. And honestly, what a night.
You almost forgot the title, didn't you?
I was going to go with Top of the Food Chain again. They changed it after we talked about it.
They do change all the time. At first we had Survive the Night, or He's Back. Then it went to Survive the Night.
Yeah.
Top of the Food Chain now became Most Wanted. What's next week?
I don't know. I'm not even going to ask anymore. It was just either way, be here next week at MPX because, like we always say,
this is the best place to be on Saturday night in DFW. It's the best promotion.
You can't be anywhere else on Saturday night because you never know what's going to happen at Metroplex Wrestling.
Exactly. And as always, watch more of me because you love me. Listen to more of me on every Thursday at mpxradio.com.
And you can catch that every Thursday. You can catch this every Monday, although this may be out a little bit earlier.
Oh, we got a couple of breaking news segments. You better get this out
and
early.
At the very least, those will be out. But
don't sleep, Director. Get your little whip, because I know you all have a whip at home, and just whip him constantly until he gets this put out.
Who do you think we are, Menage a Trois?
Well, I've heard rumors.
Either way, check us out, mpxradio.com, mpxmainline.com. Get your tickets now at mpxwrestling.com and be here next week because this is only going to get harder. And, of course, check out the network. I already plugged that one. And, well...
You really got to say harder after the whole whip segment? Are you CJ right now? Has CJ somehow channeled himself inside you?
So if I'm CJ, that makes you hate him.
Hey, I'm rich. I don't care. That's awesome. That's cool.
Either way.
And Tatum never felt...
Keep it kayfabe, wrestling fans.
Hashtag respect the curtain. What is this crap?
Mark out.
Listen to me on Thursday. See y'all next Saturday. Seriously, it's not the shirt I ordered.